So I want to start this video off by apologizing to all of you for not being more present here on YouTube. It's one of those things that I had a lot of focus in different areas of my life, and it just took away from this. So I needed to get a lot of things kind of lined up. So what we're going to do with this video is kind of give you all the update video since the last time that I posted on YouTube. So the last post on YouTube was before World's Strongest Man in 2016. I went to the 2016 World's Strongest Man and won that contest to earn my 4th World's Strongest Man title. So really awesome. I felt like that contest went well. Certainly areas that I still felt like I could improve, but at the end of the day, I won World's Strongest Man. I was really happy to earn my 4th title, and even though I've won 4 times, I understand how rare it is to win that contest and how hard it is. And you know, that was looking back at that point in my life. My wife and I had just had our first baby, so he was less than 3 months old, and I had to leave him at home with my wife, which was my first trip away from him. So I was gone for 2 weeks. Which was really difficult for me to leave, being, you know, a first-time dad and having to try to focus on World's Strongest Man and to compete there, literally on the other side of the world, hoping that my wife and at that point my newborn son were going to be okay. But you know, it's something that I had to manage going through that contest. So it was a different perspective mentally, and leading up to that contest as well. Training was at times very difficult, you know, because the sleep was very not good, I guess, and anybody out there that's had a baby can probably relate to that. So it certainly was something where, you know, a lot of times people think, oh, Brian Shaw's training is perfect and everything's ideal and everything, you know, just gets out of his way and you know, the stars align and all of this and it's perfect. And that's not true at all. So I was really fighting and struggling with that leading up to that contest, but found a way to win, found a way to get through all of that, which was awesome. And going into the fall of 2016 then, my focus then shifted to the Arnold, which is the next big contest that I get ready for. And I prepped very hard for the Arnold in 2017, probably one of my best preps ever, really, for that competition. And I came in really ready to go and really prepared and won the Arnold actually without even having to do the last event. By the time the last event was up, I could have just gone out. It was the log press, and I could have just went out and touched the log, and that would have been enough to win the contest. So with the contest as big as the Arnold and only 5 events, it's pretty rare to get a lead that big and to win a contest in that manner. So I only dropped a couple points through the entire contest, and I was very happy with the way I performed there. I feel like kind of at that point I had found a little bit more of a balance of being a dad and, you know, working together with my wife to prepare for that contest, you know, because I was still obviously having a baby in the house, and, you know, my sleeping, I was able to manage that, and you know, my wife really helped me out there, to be honest, because she would get up through the night going into that contest and help me out with taking care of our son, and then I would help out more during the day when I could. So we found that balance. I felt like it was a little bit easier for me to prepare than for World's Strongest Man, just because we had kind of found a rhythm being new parents there. But that worked out great. I was very happy with the Arnold. Everything was really clicking, and I felt like things were going in a great direction leading into World's Strongest Man in 2017. I have to take my hat off, and I congratulated Eddie for winning that contest, and you know, he performed. I mean, he came through and found a way to win, and certainly there's areas I could have improved, but with that being said, without going, obviously this is an update video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about World's Strongest Man, but you know, with everything that's been said since the contest, you know, I would literally be lying to all of you if I said I wasn't extremely pissed off about how that contest went. You know, the events that were chosen, how things were kind of ran. It was very, very disappointing and frustrating for me. First and foremost, being a fan of strongman, and then secondly, being a competitor and a winner of World's Strongest Man. You want to see everybody getting the events at the same time. You want to see everybody being challenged in the same way. And you know, with World's Strongest Man this year, I just don't feel like that happened. And with that being said, I prepared fully for World's Strongest Man this year, and I felt like I was ready to go. I felt like I was ready to win. And during the competition, you know, if I take a step back from kind of everything else, there's definitely a couple areas where I did not perform and or made big mistakes in the competition that cost me dearly. One was a squat event where I made a game plan going into that, and I trained it perfectly. Honestly, I was ready to go. Everything was set up right. And with that event, the one thing I didn't realize is in the rules there's actually a time limit. And I thought in my head getting ready, and even at the contest, I just kind of skimmed over that, I guess, and thought, well, you just squat until you drop, basically, and that's honestly how it should be with strongman, because you can only do so many reps. But ended in a four-way tie for second place with that event, so it cost me terribly bad. And you know, I had more reps than me, so it was really disappointing to have to walk away from that event, leaving so much on the table. And so I really lost points there. And then the other place that I lost a lot of points was in the airplane pole. And you know, if I could have that back, I you know, would have changed a few things about what I did there with that event in particular. And it was very uncharacteristic of me. I've, you know, basically since, gosh, 2010, 11, I've never been out of the top two places on a truck or plane pole at World's Strongest Man, and I ended up taking a 5th place in that event, which also cost me really, really badly in that contest. So there's two areas that I really let myself down with World's Strongest Man in 2017 here. And you know, at the end of the day, with everything being said, the only thing I can do is look in the mirror and say I should have done those things better. I did tear my hamstring during the deadlift event. Still managed to find a way to do the stones. You know, because I've never quit a strongman contest. I've never dropped out of a strongman contest in my life, and I wasn't about ready to start at this point when I can still walk, kind of. So I still tried to do that. I still tried to get it done. You know, but at that point in the contest, the damage was kind of already done with the squat screw up and the truck pull screw up. So, you know, it's tough. I mean, a lot of times I try to find the positive with contests and look at what I could have done better and all of that. And certainly there's areas I could have improved, but you know, you still, at the end of the day with strongman, the way you take a loss is, and the way that I've always tried to take a loss is, you look at the areas which I've just gone through that I could have improved, and you go back to the drawing board, you get better at those, and you come back ready to win. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's what I have to do. So, you know, I felt like it was there. I felt like it was my contest to lose, and I lost it, right? So I needed to improve on those areas, and I fell down in those areas, and that cost me the contest, because it's such a tight race that you just can't do things like that. So after World's Strongest Man, I will be completely honest with you, I needed a break from competition. I needed to kind of separate myself from that at that point mentally, to just kind of let my mind relax and shift my attention to something else. And so I decided to go back to the drawing board on my current website, which is SHAWSTRENGTH.com, redesign that, get some new things on there, kind of update that website. And I feel like it's gone really well. It's been kind of a steep learning curve with that for me, and it's been a lot of hard work, but I feel like the product out there now, it's a lot better than what it was, and I'm really proud of that, to be able to get that done. And then the second much bigger project, even though SHAWSTRENGTH.com was a big project, The second bigger project was strongman-academy.com, which is a completely new website, something that I've wanted to do for a long time, years and years. And I've had different ideas and, just kind of talked about it, but not actually, really started to work hard toward actually having it launched. And so I shifted my attention to that. I worked very hard on different areas of that website to finally get it launched, finally get it out there to all of you. And literally it is what the name says, Strongman Academy. So it's an academy of strongman where I run through all the different strongman events, break them down, everything from what you want to wear to different training methods, and kind of basically just break it all down, for a complete beginner to a more experienced competitor, and it's essentially everything that I've learned through my entire strongman career. It's my way of kind of putting it all in one place and giving it back to the strongman community to help other competitors, because it's something that I want to do. I want to grow the sport. I want to put quality information out there. So this website is my place to do all of that. So, I'm constantly working on trying to make it better. There's new videos added every single week to that, whether it's a tutorial video, question answer video, behind the scenes training where you get to kind of take a look into my preparation and my training for all the bigger events and contests that I do. So a lot of exciting areas on that website. There's a forum where I have a lot of different, kind of bigger names in the strongman world, willing to interact and help kind of spread the word about strongman and answer questions. And there's essentially, I'm sure I'm forgetting parts of it, but there's a lot on there. So please go check out the sample content. We'll be putting out, different things on that website that won't be on YouTube. But as far as the YouTube now, because obviously this video is on YouTube, now that all of that is kind of out of the way and done, and I'm happy with where that's been, now it's time to start focusing on the YouTube videos as well. So I'm really excited about that because it's a different avenue also to give back in a lot of ways. So I'm really excited that we're gonna be pumping out a lot more content and being a lot more regular with the YouTube videos now. So we've got a lot of different things planned, a lot of exciting things coming up. So, definitely really excited about the future, and, getting all these pieces to fit together has been quite a challenge. And, it's something that I enjoy. I enjoy almost biting off more than I can chew. And, sometimes I need to figure out how to swallow one bite before I take another one in a lot of ways. But anyway, that's the update. I hope you guys are excited, and thank you for being a subscriber here on the channel. And it's now finally gonna grow, and the content is gonna come the way it should have been coming all along.